Original idea for season 2 was no babies. And then Mel said, hold my beer.
Okay, first and foremost, let's go to the origins of that story, because I'm sure a lot of fans are gonna want to know how that all came to be. Emily, says, excuse me guys, we have some news that we want to tell you. I'm hearing I'm getting fired. Tim thinks they're gonna shave his mustache, and Dominique thinks she's going back to England because she's deported. Who knows?
And they said, listen, something's come up, and we'll let Mel tell you. And she got up and she started crying, and we're both, Shamir and I, looking at each other like, what is up? First of all, we're both men, and we have no idea what you guys are thinking ever. So what was going on? I don't even think any of us thought anything. We just didn't have thoughts. We're just like, uh-oh, what's up? What's she crying for?
Wynonna, Melanie gets up and goes, I'm pregnant. Just like that. And I'm like, shut up. Y'all are kidding me, right? She's like, no, I'm pregnant. And she showed us her gut. We're like, what?
Oh, amazing, congrats. That was our first thought. It wasn't panic, it wasn't about the show, it was for Melanie. Congrats, amazing, are you happy? I'm so happy, oh my God. And then then you have a moment and everybody's like, yes, but we're supposed to start filming on Monday. When, how? And then they're like, yes, she's pretty far along. And we're like, oh.
Wynonna's pregnant. And then what do we do?
Man excuse, but I'm like, so what does that mean? What does that mean? Where's the thing? I don't know what that means. I don't know when the bump starts, I don't know anything.
After dinner, Tim, he texted me, we got your back. We got your back. You can do this. And that was it. That was the opening to the season. I wanted you to hear it from me.
I do believe folks are waking up upstairs. They'll be thirsty. Then we start realizing what's gonna happen, and we're gonna play this. We're gonna run with it. And Melanie Scrofano's gonna, we're going.
And I'm learning so much about pregnancy that I didn't know before. I have to tell you, this whole season has been mainly about me understanding how you grow a baby in your tummy.
In some shows, you might say, let's reschedule to accommodate the pregnancy, or let's change the way we do the show so we can hide it from the audience.
The biggest fear from me going into season 2 was that they would want to hide it, which is like sort of, you're just in prison. Like when you have to think about something that much, you just sort of, you can't be free. You can't move the way you'd want.
It was very clear very quickly that there was none of those choices on the table for us, and there was only really one path. And thankfully, Emily Andrus, our showrunner, embraced it, and as did we as producers, and as did our distributor and broadcaster, that we needed to do this show and this character needed to be pregnant in the series.
It's so funny that this baby and this pregnancy turned out to be so serendipitous. I mean, it literally was kind of the perfect thing for season 2. I was really determined once I knew that she was pregnant that A, we were gonna play it one way or another. I thought, this is not a sitcom. We are not gonna have her carrying laundry baskets. This is an action show. She's an action heroine, and that's the story I wanna tell. I wanna talk about a superhero who becomes pregnant.
And once we came around to knowing that that was our path, it really began to be an exciting and freeing process. We still had to figure out how to do the first few episodes and get to a point where we could then reveal this pregnancy for the character in a believable way.
But I think having to keep it a secret has been so hard. It's been so hard, and you have to be so careful about what you say.
Hiding the pregnancy, not talking about the pregnancy, not taking pictures of Melanie for behind the scenes because of the pregnancy.
We worked really hard at hiding it, and so there was almost like a perverseness about showing it, where now it's like, this is taboo. I can't show this. Like I have to hide it. And it took me a while to shake that.
We were really under the gun to get as many episodes in the can as we could before she literally had a baby, possibly in shorties. So we knew that we needed to somehow advance Wynonna's pregnancy to match Mel's pregnancy. And then we came up with what I think is a brilliant idea, which is we literally were gonna freeze time. But what I love about episode 6 is I love the emotions. I love seeing Wynonna having to embrace embrace her pregnancy. If not embrace it, at least acknowledge that it's not going away. I think Wynonna is a certain type of woman, but like many women, I think that she had less choice than she thought. And I thought that was a really interesting story to put on television.
Actually, I think the first scene we shot, the first time we showed it, was in the homestead with Waverly on the floor, and I'm like, I can't do this. And I sort of break down on the floor. I can't do this. I can't be a mother. And I just remember feeling so exposed, and I'm sitting next to beautiful, amazing Dom, and all of a sudden I have this huge stomach, and we're showing it, and like, yeah, it feels great not to have to hide it, but it also feels terrible to be a whale beside a mermaid. You know what I mean? Like, it was strange. It was an adjustment, but I'm so grateful I got to do it.
The universe doesn't give a damn. It's never given me a choice. It's never... Not whether I wanted to be the heir or a mother.
In that scene, all I could think of was just supporting her. That's all I could think. I was like, I just need to support her as a human and as a character. I wasn't acting. I was just looking at this girl who's my friend, who I've gone through so much with, and just hoping that I could support her in this moment. That's, yeah. Probably sounds a bit weird, but it was very special.
I think that scene at the end between the sisters is one of my favorite things we've ever shot. I was on set when we did it, and I've never seen Melanie Scrofano so good.
People need to understand that the number one, it means a lot because they're carrying most of the responsibility of the show on their shoulders. They set the tone of the kind of the what's going to happen on set with the other actors, with the crew, with everybody. And when you have someone kicking ass normally, but kicking ass at 8.5, 9 months pregnant, and still, you know, in it and ready to perform and down to play and wanting to do everything and still cool with everybody and has time for, you know what I mean? Giving so much of themselves, how do you not want to reciprocate that? How do you not want to be inspired by that? For me, it was, I could only be inspired.